Today's first match of the NCAA Division III sectional is the Tommies from the University of St. Thomas versus the Wheaton College Thunder. Please welcome the officials for today's contest. The referee is Nicole Green. Assistant referees are Carrie Lynn O'Donnell and Brandon Knaus. The fourth official is Nikola Alexic. And now let's meet the teams. First up, for the Tommies of the University of St. Thomas. First, for the non-starters. Wearing 0, Olivia Elvidge. Number 8 is Megan Zickert. Number 12 is Joan Kortkeven. Number 14 is Natalie Engel. 16 is Maddie Swartzmiller. Wearing 17, Jasmine Gates. Number 18, Liz Murphy. Number 19, Alexa Oldenkamp. Number 21, Kaylee Roberts. Number 22, Mari Ferrer-Lugo. 23, Kirsten Epperly. Number 24, Madeline Bomsta. And number 26, Paulo Del Moral. And now the starting lineups for the Tommies. A junior wearing number 5, Paige Cater. Number 6, a freshman, Callie Hartle. Number 7, a junior, Kate Heimer. Number 9, a junior, Gaba Palazzo. Number 10, a junior, Ellie Eskirka. Number 11, a sophomore, Lexi Siren. Number 13, a senior, Elizabeth Luoto. Number 15, a sophomore, Alexa Balfour. And number 20, a senior, Lauren Wikstrom. Junior, number 28, Tessa Treadle. In goal, wearing 0, Sarah Pasternak. The assistant coaches are Julie Ebensteiner, Julie Lindquist, and Victoria Vargas. The head coach of St. Thomas is Sheila McGill. And now let's meet the Wheaton Thunder. First, the non-starters for Wheaton, wearing 1, Madison Lee. Number 5 is Ava Graber. Number 6, Sarah Gencarella. Number 7, Sami Nishiyama. Number 8, Taylor Rudin. Number 9 is Sarah Hernandez. Wearing number 9 is Sarah Hernandez. Number 11, Hannah Max. Number 22, Carly Fatum. Number 23, Carly Sealand. Number 24, Elizabeth Ashley. Number 29, McKenna Gully. And now the starting lineup for the Thunder. Wearing number 3, a junior, Carney Blake. Number 4, a junior, Sarah Tomich. A freshman wearing number 10, Molly Thorne. A senior, number 14, Bailey Wolf. A junior wearing number 15, Isabel Oliver. A sophomore wearing number 16, Sarah Baki. Number 17, a freshman, Tori Sealand. Number 18, freshman, Sophia Lindquist. Number 20, a sophomore, Jensen Ellis. And a freshman wearing number 28, Sarah Max. In goal for the Thunder, wearing 0, Lauren Ketchum. The assistant coaches for Wheaton are Sarah Gadera and Cesar Gomez. The head coach for Wheaton is Pete Felsky. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome here to Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College for NCAA sectional semifinal action. Our first of two matches today featuring the visitors, the Tommies from the University of St. Thomas, and the host for the weekend, the Wheaton College Thunder. Two teams coming in playing very strong defensive soccer, and two teams that will be very well matched going into this round of 16 game. Our second game will come your way at 3:30. The Tartans of Carnegie Mellon facing the Polar Bears of Ohio Northern. Don Crowder and Abram Erickson will have that game for you. I'm Rusty Lindsay taking you through today's 1 o'clock match between the Thunder and the Tommies. Neither of these teams allowed a goal last week. The Tommies advancing with a pair of 1-0 victories. Wheaton advancing with a 3-0 victory on Friday and a 1-0 victory on Saturday over the College of Worcester. These two teams met last year in the season opening tournament at Salisbury. Wheaton winning that game after a lengthy lightning delay. But these are two very different teams coming in today. For St. Thomas, they interplay today with a strong record of 17-2-3. They've had a 1-0 victory over Monmouth and Illinois Wesleyan last week. That Illinois Wesleyan victory on Sunday, avenging a 2-1 loss to the Titans earlier in the season for the Tommies. And they will start with Sarah Pasternak in goal, the junior out of Brookfield, Wisconsin. In front of her will be number 5, Paige Cater, number 6, Callie Hartley, number 7, Kate Heimer, number 9, Gaba Palazzo, number 10, Ellie Esquerca, number 11, Lexi Sarin, number 13, Elizabeth Luato, number 15, Alex Balfour, number 20, Lauren Wickstrom, and number 28, Tessa Treadle. For Wheaton, they will send Lauren Ketchum between the pipes, and in front of Ketchum will be Carney Blake, number 4, Sarah Tomich, number 10, Molly Thorne, number 14, Bailey Wolf, number 15, Isabel Oliver, number 16, Sarah Baki, number 17, Tori Sealand, number 18, Sophia Lindquist, number 20, Jensen Ellison, number 28, Sarah Max. Wheaton will be needing to replace the production of Izzy McNally after losing her to injury last weekend. It does appear that they will probably see Ava Graber at some point this weekend, so a little bit of a trade for Pete Felske's squad, who defeated last week with a 3-0 win on Friday and a 1-0 win over the College of Worcester on Saturday. Wheaton entering play today. 18-1-2. For the Tommies, this is the first time since 2002 they will be appearing in the round of 16. First time they've started the tournament with 2 consecutive victories since 1987. Obviously, that first round of 16 coming when the team was only at 32, 7-1-3 in the last 3 years in conference tournament and postseason play. And we're underway. The Tommies wearing the purple units. Purple tops, purple bottoms, white numbers, and the purple socks. Wheaton in the traditional look, the home whites with the blue bottoms, and the white socks, blue numbers on the back and front for the Thunder. Wheaton comes in posting 3 straight shutouts. The 2 last weekend and a 0-0 draw against Augustana in the conference tournament that obviously the Vikings were able to advance on penalty kicks. And before that, a 9-0 victory over North Park. So, 4 straight shutouts. They've allowed 1 goal in their last 10 matches. That came in a win at Carthage. That Carthage goal, the only goal the Thunder allowed in their 8 CCIW matches this season. Wheaton, who spent the majority of last weekend on the offensive, doing so again early, as that pass cannot connect to the top with Isabel Oliver. Sent away by Pasternak. And controlling off the second touch is Bailey Wolf. Playing ahead for the Tommies, Kaylee Hartle, and taken away quickly by Lindquist to the back for Tomich. Wheaton also playing this weekend without their all-conference defensive back, Nicole Wright. This is a Thunder team that has been very ravaged by injuries throughout the year. But Pete Felske, the CCIW coach of the year, doing a nice job getting his team at peak form for the postseason. Oliver thought she was offsides. It appeared as though the flag was going to stay down, but by that time the ball had rolled too far and over the end line for a goal kick for St. Thomas. These two teams have 3 common opponents on the year. Both of them took WashU to double overtime. St. Thomas winning that game 1-0, Wheaton losing that game 2-1. Both teams have 1-0 victories over Illinois Wesleyan to their credit. The Tommies also with the 2-1 loss early in the year, and both teams put up 5 goals against Carthage in wins over the Lady Reds. Like we mentioned earlier, these two teams faced last year, a victory for the Thunder early in the season. Have not faced each other this year. As that is off the foot of Bailey Wolf, and will be a Tommy throw-in at the midfield flag on the far side here at Joe Bean Stadium. Throw-in comes high and is touchdown. Taken by Lexi Saren. Saren playing into the box, intended for Cater, but Lauren Ketchum quickly off her line. She grabs it and throws it out to Jensen Ellis. With Lindquist on an overlapping run, Ellis, who scored the first goal in both games last week, and going to send a long ball ahead to Isabel Oliver. And Oliver will track this down and square up against Wickstrom into the box. And a flag is up, no goal, as Baki puts it in the net, but the ball rolled out of bounds before Oliver could send the cross in. Actually, looks like they're going to call late offsides, perhaps. They're going goal kicks. I'm going to guess that the ball rolled over the end line before the cross was sent in. Pasternak to send this away. And Oliver right back on it for the Thunder, trying to find Lindquist. And good help from Bailey Wolf to keep it in possession for the Thunder. Wolf plays it off the shins of Esquierka. And Esquierka is going to take it away for the Tommies. Now this is Treadle. Treadle working against Hannah Max, and it's taken away by Hannah Max. And a foul called. That will be a free kick for the Thunder just on their own side of the midfield stripe. Four minutes into play early here at Joe Bean Stadium as Carney Blake sends it along the back for the CCIW Defensive Player of the Year, and Sarah Tomic. Tomic has won the CCIW Defensive Player of the Year both years it has been issued by the conference. Looking ahead for the freshman Molly Thorne, and that will roll out of play for another St. Thomas goal kick. Beautiful day here on the campus of Wheaton College. Not a whole lot of wind after we had a very windy day yesterday. Temperatures in the low 40s. Can't ask for a whole lot better weather for this late in November. After playing with snow along the sidelines last week, and that has all melted off, and it's just good weather to play soccer as the Tommies pushing forward to the top of the attacking third, and that ball will be headed away by Hannah Max, taken by Bailey Wolf, and sent to the outside for Sarah Baki. Baki going to play a long ball down the right sideline that will go out of play. As St. Thomas into the attacking third yet again, working against Tomic. Pass stopped by Sophia Lindquist, and Tomic will send it to the outside. And again, it is Baki who will carry out. And St. Thomas taking it away again. This time it is Saren playing it back towards midfield. Ellis defending against Luato, and Luato will give that pass up, and this one will be sent all the way to the back for Lauren Ketchum. Sent back by Tori Sealand. And this will end up being an offensive third throw-in for the Tommies. Just over 6 minutes into this match. Throw-in is headed along by Tessa Treadle. Cleared away, and the header by Jensen Ellis. Those two will fight for the ball, and finally Isabel Oliver with a quick touch, working against Palazzo, and Wheaton will carry to the midfield for Baki. Baki streaking forward. Oliver to her right, touches to the outside for Isabel Oliver. Top of the box extended far side. Oliver's cross deflected out of bounds, and the first corner of the day will go to the Thunder. 6.5 minutes into play here.
Corner kick.
St. Thomas unbeaten in their last 15 matches. Entering play today. As this corner is cleared away, Bailey Wolf right back on it with a header, and now finally cleared by the Tommies, who have conceded one goal in their last 8 matches. That came in a draw against Augsburg. Streaking forward, and there's Tomic with a touch away, but it comes right back to Luato. Luato And that shot is wide left by inches by Tessa Treadle. A heck of a counter from St. Thomas off the defensive corner. And a golden opportunity for Tessa Treadle, who couldn't keep it on frame, even though she beat the dive and catch him. It goes wide to the left, and that will be a goal kick for the Thunder. 7.5 minutes in here at Joe Bean Stadium. Thanks for tuning in today here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm Rusty Lindsay. We'll have all the sectional round action of the NCAA tournament here for you on WTSN. The 3:30 matchup coming up afterwards, Carnegie Mellon and Ohio Northern. As this will roll out of bounds down the far side. 2 weekends in a row that we've had a pair of teams from Ohio sent to Joe Bean Stadium. As the Tommies will have to retreat, and now played away by the left foot of Wickstrom. Taken away by Tori Seeland, who will touch back to Tomic. The Tommies streaking forward, trying to pressure the backs for the Thunder. As now they will find Bakke on the far side. Bakke streaking towards the attacking third, gets it to Isabel Oliver. Touch back to Carney Blake, looking for Bakke down the sideline. Bakke running towards the end line. She's going to get there in time, but her cross will sail over the goalpost. And it will be out for yet another goal kick for the Tommies. Wheaton controlled the possession in the attacking half last week and were only able to come up with 4 goals, though they were able to sizably outshoot the Gorlocks of Webster University in the first match. And controlled much of the action against the College of Worcester on Saturday before holding on down the stretch in the final 5 minutes. Sophia Lindquist winning that ball off the goal kick, touches to the outside. Left side of the box, Oliver into the box, and a diving catch made by Pasternak before that could get to the body of Bakke. And Wheaton's best opportunity is thwarted there by the Tommies. As we mentioned, Wheaton's conceded 1 goal in the last 10 matches. The Tommies have conceded 1 in the last 8. These are 2 very stout defenses. Pass intercepted by Palazzo, and Palazzo's going to send this away. Sarah Tomic running, and she will just knock this one out of play into the near sideline. Throw in to be taken by Palazzo, comes down the sideline. Hartley. And Hartley working against Sarah Mack. Sarah Mack squares her up, has help from Bailey Wolf, and that pass will be taken away by Carney Blake. Strong right-footed clearance, almost made it over the head of Wickstrom. And now it is Ellis. Ellis left foot into the box, and too strong for Isabel Oliver, and that will be collected by Pasternak. Pasternak's been active early, and a strong kick's going to set the Tommies up here. They don't have numbers, but an ambitious strike from Treadle, deflected, and yet another one deflected into the Wheaton sideline, so that'll be a St. Thomas throw-in. 34.5 minutes left here in the first half. Header sent into the box from the right side, but Tomic is there with a left-footed clearance. As the header sent back forward, and there's Carney Blake. Blake will battle with Hartley, and now it's Treadle. Treadle's left foot deflected. Lindquist couldn't clear it. Now sent in off the head of the defender, off the crossbar and over, and a fortunate bounce for the Thunder. They are very happy that only results in a corner kick. Ketchum was coming off her line to collect that ball when it struck the top of the head of Sarah Tomic, and then Ketchum had to backpedal and watched helplessly as it was over her grasp, but it goes off the crossbar and out for a St. Thomas corner kick, which will be taken by Paige Cater. First corner opportunity of the day for St. Thomas. Right foot swung in, Ketchum off her line, punches away. Ball still loose in the box, sent back in and cleared away by Tomic. Not out of danger yet, though. Won by Hartley, and now finally out of danger as Wheaton streaks forward with Isabel Oliver. Oliver touches to the outside for Lindquist. Lindquist sending it back, finds Thorne in the middle of the field. Missed first touch, but able to corral it for Lindquist. Lindquist to the outside for Jensen Ellis, who has been the first to score in each of Wheaton's 2 postseason games. Stop and go for Jensen Ellis. Down the left side, into the box, and nobody there but Pasternak to collect for St. Thomas. Both teams have surrendered a corner. Both teams have countered well off that corner defense. But here we remain scoreless over 12 minutes into play. Baki's header sent backwards to Tori Seeland. However, Seeland gives it away to the Tommies. The Tommies now coming forward. This is Heimer. Heimer into the box. Finds Esquierka. And quickly there, Bailey Wolf to slow the attack. And now a deflection off the shot attempt by Cater. Loose in the box, trying to get there is Sarah Mack. She does. But this is going to be a corner before she can send it out.
Tommy's corner kick.
Second corner kick of the day for St. Thomas. This will be taken by Paige Cater. Cater with the right foot, high into the box. Ketchum gets a little bit of a touch to it, just enough to keep it away from a Tommy attacker looking to collect that loose ball. And now a foul entering the box as Oliver goes down, and Wheaton will get a free kick just from the top of the 18-yard box. Ketchum did not get her strongest touch on that one. A lot of traffic in front of her, but got just enough of it to push the ball away from the rushing Tommy. Here's Molly Thorne. Thorne looking for Baki. Baki flying down the right sideline. We'll get to that one in the corner. Brings it back to her left foot, and that cross is deflected and taken away by Kate Heimer. Nice defensive play by Heimer, who then draws the foul on Baki. Offense going to be hard to come by for both teams today. Gabba Palazzo being sent back to take this free kick. Top of the box, extended to the far sideline. And she hops into a right foot. That's won by Carney Blake. Header forward to Thorne, and now Baki plays it off the back of a defender, but collected on the sideline by Heimer. Tomic with the header. Bounces off of Treadle. And back to Tomic, playing it all the way into the back for Ketchum. Pressure coming from Hartley. And Ketchum gets it away, but the header is won by the Tommies. Hartley's right back there, but the flag was up for offsides. So much ado about nothing in that rush for the Tommies, and it'll be a free kick for the Thunder, 25 yards off the end line. Tomic with a left foot away, trying to find Molly Thorne, but the Tommies are the first one there. Sliding play by Treadle to stay on the ball for St. Thomas. Treadle to Esquierka. Deflects off the shin. Nope, looked like it might have been off the shin of Sarah Max. Instead, it's just straight out of bounds. It'll be a Wheaton throw-in to be taken by Jensen Ellis, who sends it back to Sarah Tomic. Tomic's left foot won by Luwato, as St. Thomas has really seemed to dominate the last 5 minutes or so. Ellis to left foot looking for Isabel Oliver. Oliver gets there. She's going to send it across the field to Baki. Nice ball to Baki. Goes over the head of Heimer. And now Baki into the attacking third. Swings over to the left foot as the Tommies rally in defense. And finally it is Alex Balfour turning Baki around. Tori Seeland to Sarah Baki. Pushed back to Carney Blake at the bottom of the circle. And now Tomic. Tomic left foot ahead to Bailey Wolf. Wheaton collecting now. Jensen Ellis. This is the area of the field where Ellis was very dangerous last weekend. To the outside, Sophia Lindquist. The local freshman out of the Wheaton Academy sends this ball into the box, taken away by Esquierka, but right back on it is Ellis. Ellis outside, left foot, into the box, looking for Oliver, and there's the first goal! Isabel Oliver unmarked at the top of the 6-yard box to the far post, and Wheaton is on the board first. 16 minutes into the match. A beautiful play by Jensen Ellis. We mentioned Ellis was dangerous in that spot last weekend, and you see on the replay sends a perfect ball to Oliver, who lost the defender. Nobody there. The goalie never stood a chance, and Wheaton with the first goal at the 16-19 mark. So Wheaton now with a goal in hand, trying to push forward for a second. Ellis to the outside for Max. Back to Ellis. And Ellis going to play this one a little too far for Sarah Max. Pasternak away, going to be ball ping-pongs back and forth before the Tommies are able to collect with Sarin. Ball still loose as Tori Sealand will track back into the defensive side of midfield, plays to Tomic, and Tomic ahead to Carney Blake. That pass intended for Baki, intercepted by Wickstrom, and Wickstrom plays it out in defense and allows the defense to rally. Throw in collected by Baki, sitting into the box. There's Thorne. Thorne right foot right at Pasternak. And now the Wheaton attack starting to find its legs as we head into the middle of the first half. Pasternak's play away, won by Wolf, right out of bounds. There's Wolf again to win the second ball. And now the Tommies, even though Tomic intercepts this one away from Hartley. Thorne coming on as this ball volleyed back and forth, still in the air. And finally the first foot to it is Luato. But Luato plays it out of bounds. That'll be a Wheaton throw-in. Lindquist plays this one off the shins of Luato, and it'll stay with the Thunder. Throwing ahead, looking for Oliver, who just put Wheaton in the lead, but is played away instead by Luato. Wolf wins the next throw, and now it's Sarah Max winning the race to that ball, and will turn the field over to Baki. Baki battling a defender, and this time winning it is Esquierka. Treadle, but Tomic able to get there first. Pass intended for Hartley. Tomic to the outside, trying to get Baki moving forward. Baki will beat this ball to the sideline. Has help in the middle of the field, looking for Thorne, but cleared away for the Tommies. Strong play by Kate Heimer, who's had a couple of good moments early on, and that is cleared away. And that'll bring on a sub for St. Thomas. Entering for the Tommies, number 21, Kaylee Roberts.
In for St. Thomas, number 21, Kaylee Roberts.
And coming out for St. Thomas is Hartley. One-0 lead for the Thunder, coming on the recent goal by Isabel Oliver. Ellis, pass deflected and intercepted. The first touch by Roberts, sent back to the right foot of Palazzo. Palazzo playing long and up front. Ketchum sitting back, and a little bit of miscommunication with Treadle coming on. And Wheaton able to collect itself just in time before the Tommies were able to get a gift-wrapped opportunity. Throwing sent along to Sarah Max here across the back line. Help from Lindquist dropping back on the left wing. Lindquist has it taken away. A strong play by Alexa Oldenkamp. Oldenkamp came on when the goal was scored, and a strong touch there. Throw into the box near side. Headed away by Max, and Ellis steps over and keeps possession. Finds Bailey Wolf, who falls down and gives it over the Tommies. Right-footed shot, heading for the net, and just wide again. would have been just about under the crossbar, but just wide to the left. St. Thomas's best 2 opportunities have missed by maybe a combined 3 feet left. Off the goal kick, Sarah Max. Header won by Oldenkamp. And this will be tight to the touchline, but Thorne's going to keep it in, and it'll be played out instead by Palazzo. And cleared away yet again by St. Thomas. Treadle running with a left foot. Treadle, and we're tied. Treadle with a beautiful touch ball on full stride from 20 yards out. And St. Thomas finds the equalizer 14 minutes after Wheaton breaks ahead. Just a beautiful touch by Roberts to open that up. So St. Thomas, who really had the momentum in the minutes leading up to the Wheaton goal, strikes to answer with just over 28 minutes left in the first half. Now Wheaton will have to find its footing again with a match even at 1. 23rd minute goal for Tessa Treadle, her 9th of the year. Both Treadle and Oliver netting their 9th of the season. St. Thomas so far out shooting the Thunder 5-2. They've had the better opportunities in this match. Wheaton obviously taking advantage first, but St. Thomas now answering to put us back on level ground. So these two teams, which have combined to surrender 2 goals in their past 18 matches, give up 2 in a span of 14 minutes. As we now have 21 minutes left here in the first half of a sectional semifinal match at Joe Bean Stadium. This one taken away from Ellis by the quick step of Luato. St. Thomas with some bounce in their step as this is Treadle against Tomic, and Tomic got a chunk of Tessa Treadle, and that draws a foul, even though one that Wheaton's going to be happy to take. But an opportunistic free kick opportunity on the field for St. Thomas. Ava Graber getting set to check in the next opportunity for the Thunder. This free kick going to be taken by Palazzo. Driven right foot to the far post. That finds the head of Elizabeth Luato, but Luato couldn't keep it down and sends it out of play. Beautiful connection there by the Tommies. Just couldn't keep it down.
Ava Graber.
Graber in for Wheaton replaces Lindquist, and a welcome sight for Pete Felsky and the Thunder. Getting Ava Graber, who was the CCIW Newcomer of the Year last year in all-region selection as a freshman, and has missed quite a bit of time with injury this year. And here is Ellis playing ahead, trying to bend this one into Oliver, but instead playing it out and allowing her defense to collect is Wickstrom. Graber quickly there, throws it into Oliver. Ball loose along the top of the box, right foot away by Luato, and Graber is going to collect for the Thunder. Graber's last goal for the Thunder was a mind-twisting shot against Hope that gave the Thunder a 3-2 victory up in Holland, but a shot that came from a near impossible angle that bailed the Thunder out after they were in deep trouble against the Hope Flying Dutch. 19 minutes left first half as Graber tries to track that one down. Clearance is halted by Bailey Wolf, but sent further now by the Tommies. Sarah Max running on, but lets it run out of play for a Thunder throw-in. Max along the sideline as Graber is going to be there. Looks none the worse for wear. The speed's still there for the sophomore out of Valor Christian High School in Colorado. As Carney Blake plays it to the outside, Sealand. Sealand right foot into the box, and the only one there is Palazzo, shielded off by Alex Balfour. Wheaton had the speed advantage in both of their matches last weekend against Worcester and Webster, but St. Thomas seems to have the speed jump in the opening minutes here at Joe Bean Stadium. 18 and change left in the first half. 1-1 our score as Sealand collides on the far side with Kate Heimer, sending it out of play for a Tommy throw-in. Sealand with a quick step around Treadle to get to that one. However, it will be another Tommy throw-in about 20 yards farther up the field. This is Blake playing long for Oliver. Oliver running one-on-one with Palazzo. And a flag goes up. A foul against Oliver. Two conference coaches of the year facing off today. Pete Felsky, the CCIW coach of the year. Sheila McGill, the coach of the year in the MIAC. Long ball ahead looking for Oldenkamp, and Oldenkamp's been very active. Ketchum aggressive off her line, and a foul is called on Oldenkamp as she sent Graber to the ground. This will be Tomich to take the free kick for the Thunder. About 15 yards off the end line. Looking ahead for Graber. Looked like a handball, but it's no call, and the Tommies will keep the possession. Tomich quickly back into the picture to win that one. Blake to Sealand, and Sealand to the outside to Sarah Baki, who has some room. Baki, a long ball ahead. Oliver running on against Wickstrom, but Wickstrom gets there first. Header by Blake sent backwards to Tori Sealand. Sealand to Wolf, and Wolf back to Sealand. Now Carney Blake, and St. Thomas quickly to rally in defense. Nice step again by Heimer, who's had a terrific first half for St. Thomas. But nobody on the receiving end of that long pass. And Sarah Tomich collects for the Thunder. Tomich to Wolf, and Wolf to the outside for Sarah Max. Bailey Wolf dropped back a little more as that defensive midfielder. Her traditional role, what Wheaton is really lacking that we've seen in the early minutes, is the role played by Izzy McNally, that controlling, attacking midfielder. As subs for both squads coming in. For Wheaton, it's Sarah Gincarella. For St. Thomas, it's Maddie Bomsta. Bomsta will get Tessa Treadle.
Maddie Bomsta.
And Gincarella going to come in for Molly Thorne.
Sarah Gincarella.
Gincarella with great speed takes over alongside Isabel Oliver at the top of the formation for the Thunder. Throw-in comes into Ava Graber, and Graber plays back to Sarah Max. Max patiently back to Tomich, and Tomich with a nice step over lets the defender go by, but then gives it away. Now Wheaton in trouble as St. Thomas comes streaking forward with Bomsta, but Nicole Wright atones for the giveaway and recollects for the Thunder. Graber to Ellis, and Ellis not going to get there in time, trying to fight through a trio of Tommies and stays on the ball. Nice play by Jensen Ellis. Carney Blake ahead to Gincarella to the outside. Now Sarah Baki, and Baki going to play along the sideline, trying to get Gincarella into space. Wisely played out by Balfour, who will let her defense collect around her. Tori Sealand plays on the ground to Carney Blake. Blake steps over, turns around, comes back to Sarah Baki on the far sideline. Baki into the box, cleared away by Wickstrom. And Sarah Max trying to get there, keep Wheaton in the attack, and does. Quick touch by Bailey Wolf. Blake and now Bailey Wolf again. Back to Carney Blake. 14 minutes to play into what's been a very active first half. Two teams who have their strength on defense. We're tied at 1. Oliver can't win that one. It's won by Oldenkamp. Bailey Wolf floating right foot. That's a similar shot to what Treadle just scored on, but that one sails a little high. And it'll be a goal kick for Pasternak, who was active in the first 10 minutes, but St. Thomas has leveled the field well and maybe tilted things in their direction since. .13:30 as Pasternak plays this away. Won by the Titans, carried by Luato. Quick touch there by Carney Blake. Blake, who missed some time with injury this year, has come on strong in the back half of the year. Now Graber back into the box, tries to find Oliver and does. Oliver from just higher than the penalty box stripe. Can't keep it on frame. A quick build up there from the Thunder, goes wide right. As Pasternak, the honorable mention, all-conference goalie for the Tommies, plays this one short. It's Oldenkamp, but taken away by Jensen Ellis. Ellis now turns towards the middle of the field, tries to step back over that ball, fighting with strong defense from Wickstrom, and now gets it to Graber. Graber, left foot into the box. Oliver on the box out, controls possession, touch back to Ellis. Ellis on the ground, it's deflected by the Tommies. Graber in a race to get there, it deflects, and going to be cleared out along the end line by St. Thomas. An aggressive defensive play to not concede the corner kick. Jensen Ellis into the box again for Oliver, intercepted by Sarin. And a nice step by Tomic to take it away from a streaking Kaylee Roberts. Roberts had no one left to beat if Tomic doesn't win the race to that ball. St. Thomas has shown several aggressive counters out of the defense so far today. And when they get it forward, they are flying forward. Under 12 to play first half. Game tied at 1. Tori Seelan, the header off the throw-in. Baki whiffs on the header, gets it on the right foot, looking for Gincarella. Played out for St. Thomas throw-in. Crowd growing as we go along here this afternoon from Joe Bean Stadium, as you would expect with another semifinal to come. This is the first of 2 matches today. Carnegie Mellon and Ohio Northern coming up at 3:30 here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network, but not before we have some business to figure out between Wheaton and St. Thomas, who are tied at 1 with 11 first half minutes remaining. Bailey Wolf intercepts that pass, gets it to Jensen Ellis. Ellis going to play long. Gincarella can fly. She's gaining ground. Pasternak sitting back in the box and finally has to step out and come get that ball. And that'll be ruled offsides as Gincarella was behind the back line when Wolf played that forward and then headed it down. Needed to let St. Thomas collect the ball first. .65 shot advantage for the Tommies so far. Wheaton's put 2 of 5 on goal. St. Thomas has put 1 of 6, but that one ended up in the back of the net. Isabel Oliver in the 17th minute for the Thunder. Answered about 14 minutes later by Tessa Treadle. Graber back in defense to intercept that pass. Gets it to Sarah Max and ahead to Jensen Ellis. Ellis can't find any space. Taken away by the Tommies. Still on the ball is Bomsta. St. Thomas bench has played some pretty productive minutes here in the first half, and Bomsta's going to win a corner for the Tommies. Oldenkamp's been strong off the bench for the Tommies, and now it's Bomsta that wins the corner.
Kick.
This is going to be Gaba Palazzo to take the corner for St. Thomas. Graber will sit short as Palazzo drives this one to the far post. Carney Blake is there. Goes over her head and sent out of bounds by Wickstrom. Taken quickly by Tomic to Tori Seeland as St. Thomas reconstructs, but Seeland gives it away. Intended for Baki, and it's Kate Heimer who takes it away. Heimer's had a terrific first half for St. Thomas. Graber back for Wheaton again and touches it back to Tomic. Tomic into space trying to get Jensen Ellis, and Ellis will get there. Quick left foot ahead to Gincarella, but Wickstrom, who's been outstanding all half as well for St. Thomas, wins the battle. Wickstrom's done a really nice job limiting Wheaton's opportunities in the middle of the field in the attacking third. Baki's going to win the race to the end line, stays in possession. 8:40 left first half. Both of these teams looking to jump on top. We're tied at 1. Blake ahead to Baki. Baki with a step down the sideline. Baki just trying to get there. And that will be played off of Sarah Baki by Alex Balfour and will be a goal kick. Checking in for Wheaton going to be number 11, Hannah Max. Hannah Max will replace Jensen Ellis.
17, Tori Sealand.
It's 11, Brett.
Hannah Max takes over in the middle of the formation for Wheaton. Her sister Sarah Max, the corner.
Brett. Hannah Max went in. Yeah, 11.
And now it's Carney Blake winning the free ball. Oliver trying to get there, and now it's the Tommies again with the left foot of Elizabeth Luato.
Not on it this game.
Played ahead looking for Bomsta. Well deked by Tomic, and now Ketchum will roll it to the near side for Sarah Max. Max to Max, as Hannah Max gets her first touch since coming in, and we'll find Carney Blake. Blake double teamed quickly, but Tomic plays the relief valve and sends it to the outside for Tori Sealand. Sealand carrying towards the top of the attacking third, and now back is Bomsta. But Baki gives it away. Lexi Sarin takes that one away for the Tommies. 7:10 left first half. What's been a very wide open first half. Wheaton controlled things in their offensive half for about the first 10 minutes. St. Thomas carried the momentum in the next 5, but then Wheaton found a quick goal and carried things again for the next few minutes. But St. Thomas with the equalizer about 14 minutes after the Wheaton goal, and we're back where we started at 1-1. Bailey Wolf finding Hannah Max, taken down from behind. No foul called. Wheaton will continue in possession. Sarah Max outside for Ava Graber. Graber looking for space, carrying along the top of the 18. Nice save by Hannah Max to keep Wheaton in possession, and now Wolf will swing the field outside to Tori Sealand. Sealand right foot into the box. Looking for Oliver. It's over her head. Gincarella's there. It settles for Bailey Wolf. Bailey Wolf right foot deflected and sent out by St. Thomas. That was Gabba Palazzo who got in the way of the shot and then cleared away by the Tommies. Sarah Max into the box now. And this time it is Luato clearing the ball away. Good box out by Kaylee Roberts to keep things for the Tommies. And here comes St. Thomas. Esquierka streaking forward. Esquierka into the box. Right foot easy collection for Lauren Ketchum. As Sarah Tomic did a nice job cutting off the angle and not allowing her to turn back inside, keeping her at distance. And Ketchum cuts down the angle. And the all-CCIW keeper plays this one away. 5.5 minutes left. What's been a very entertaining first half here in the sectional semifinal between Wheaton and St. Thomas. Thanks for tuning in here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. I'm Rusty Lindsay bringing you the first game. Don Crowder and Abram Erickson will bring you the call of Carnegie Mellon and Ohio Northern. That should scheduled to come your way at 3:30, assuming Wheaton and St. Thomas can settle this in regulation. And a handball there by Gincarella trying to control things, and it'll be a free kick for St. Thomas with 5 minutes to go. Pair of subs getting ready to come in for St. Thomas, make it a trio for the trio of Tommies. St. Thomas trying to find a late scratch here in the first half. Taylor Rudin waiting as well for the Thunder. Long right kick by Palazzo into the box. Ball is loose, won by Hannah Max. And Max is going to find Graber, and Wheaton's got numbers if Graber can turn it upfield. Finds Oliver, 2-on-2 into the attacking third. Oliver, 15 against 15 of Alex Balfour. Finds Gincarella with Bailey Wolf coming back to help. That's Baki with a left foot, and it's just too high. Rudin into the game for Wheaton. For St. Thomas, it's Megan Zickert, number 8, number 22. Mari Fairlugo, and number 24, number 26,
Mari Fairlugo.
Paulo Del Moro.
Number 23, Kristen Epperly.
Correction, that was 23 Epperly, not Del Moral.
In for Wheaton, number 8, Taylor Rudin.
It is Carney Blake coming off for the Thunder. For the Tommies, it is Bomsta, Roberts, and Esquierka coming off. So they're going to put 3 fresh legs in at the top of the formation here for the final 4 minutes of the first half. Trying to take advantage of some late speed as a nice step by Tomic wins that one for the Thunder, and Oliver backtracking to win possession. Bailey Wolf to the outside for Sarah Max with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. On the ground to Hannah Max. Quick touch to Ava Graber. Wheaton building up the left side. Graber gets it to the right foot into the box, and Wickstrom plays it away. Sent farther by Heimer, and here's Tomic at midfield. Well collected to Sealand, and Sealand with a lot of room to run. Sealand now to the top of the box for Oliver. Plays down to Max. Max couldn't get a clean hit. Sent to Graber. Graber right foot. The keeper's away, but the shot's too high. Pasternak came running off her line, and it got touched away towards Graber, who had an open shot with a defender in the lane. But Graber couldn't keep it low enough, and it'll be a goal kick for Pasternak inside of 3 minutes left in the half. Pasternak with a deflecting header by Baki off the kick. Sealand will play it ahead back to Baki as they play give and go into the box over the head of Oliver, and nobody there for Wheaton. Pasternak going to keep it on the ground and finally pick it up with 2:20 left in the first half. Taylor Rudin wins that header. Bailey Wolf the next one, and Luato the next one for St. Thomas. Now Heimer can't keep St. Thomas in possession as Rudin drops it back to Tomic with 2 minutes left in the half. Tori Sealand again going to carry up for the Thunder, finds Ginkarella. Ginkarella with a nice ball ahead to Baki. She'll keep it in touch. Baki down the right side. Baki into the box. Baki looking for Hannah Max, who goes down on the back end of that pass, but it's cleared away by the Tommies. Beautiful ball from Ginkarella to Baki. And now Wheaton trying to build for one goal here in the last 90 seconds of the half. Max to Max outside. Sarah Max. Sarah Max now to the box near side. Sarah Max looking for room into the box. Deflected off the head. Graber trying to win it for the Thunder. Cleared away for the moment by Palazzo. Sarah Max right back on the ball, and she goes down, and this will be a great spot for a Thunder free kick with 70 seconds left in the half as Sarah Max brought down by Megan Zickert.
1 minute. 1 minute remaining in the first half.
Wheaton wisely will take its time here. Sarah Tomic coming all the way up to take this one. St. Thomas has been danger in the counter. Tomic into the box. Cleared away for a second. Here comes Wolf. Wolf keeps it in touch. Oliver would have been offsides. Can't make a run at that one. And it's collected instead by Pasternak. 40 seconds left in the first half. Wheaton's going to have one last chance to build something here. Sealand goes down the sideline to Ginkarella. Ginkarella looking for Rudin, and Rudin's going to have to backtrack after it's touched away. Gets it to Tomic, played back ahead, 15 seconds left. Ginkarella will turn outside to Baki. Baki's not going to get there, and we will end this first half on level ground where we started it. An entertaining first 45 minutes from Joe Bean Stadium. Wheaton struck early. St. Thomas leveled not too long after that, and we are tied 1-1 at the halftime break here in the sectional semifinal, Wheaton and St. Thomas. We will step aside here at the halftime break. When we come back, we will look at the first half stats and look ahead to the second half. You're watching NCAA sectional soccer from the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
Flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton, and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life, and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like, and this is why I love Wheaton.
Welcome back to Joe Bean Stadium on the campus of Wheaton College. After 45 minutes, we still need to decide things. Wheaton College tied at 1 with the University of St. Thomas. I'm Rusty Lindsay. Thanks for tuning in here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. The first of 2 sectional semifinals to be played at Joe Bean Stadium. Carnegie Mellon and Ohio Northern coming your way following this. Don Crowder and Abram Erickson will have the call for you. But first, the first half highlights. As you see, Wheaton struck first in the 17th minute. Isabel Oliver able to finish from Jensen Ellis. That put Wheaton on the board at 16-19. St. Thomas was able to counter. About 6.5 minutes later, as you see here, Kaylee Roberts finding Tessa Treadle, and Treadle just floats that thing perfectly under the crossbar. Nothing Lauren Ketchum can do about it. That's our 2 first-half goals, and that's why we're tied at 1-1 here at halftime. Wheaton outshot the Tommies 8-7 in the first half. Wheaton with 2 shots on goal. St. Thomas just the 1. St. Thomas with 3 corner kicks. Wheaton with just 1. Ketchum with 1 save. And Pasternak with 1 save. So these 2 teams that we thought coming in would be pretty evenly matched, 2 very strong defenses, and they have looked the part here through 45 minutes. What you have to like for Pete Felske's squad is the return of Ava Graver, seeing about 20 minutes or so there in the first half, and looked pretty good, pretty healthy after missing quite a bit of time to injury this season. As Wheaton trying to replace the production of Izzy McNally, who they lost last weekend. Wheaton will go left to right here in the second half. St. Thomas will go right to left on what's a beautiful day here at Joe Bean Stadium. Temperature is hovering around 40 degrees, not a lot of wind to speak of. The snow that we had last weekend has all melted off throughout the week, so you don't have that cold air lingering around the field level. Just a beautiful day for soccer and a nice crowd on hand, and it'll continue to grow as we approach the 3:30 kickoff of our second semifinal. St. Thomas has done a nice job limiting the space of Wheaton's playmakers there in the first half. Baki not getting a ton of space as she's used to seeing down the right side. Graber was able to get a little bit of space down the left side. Again, Graber probably not someone they're as familiar with, given that there hasn't been much tape of her lately. Did not play last weekend. They were able to bottle up Jensen Ellis, except for the one time, and that one time she found Isabel Oliver in the box for Wheaton's goal. 45 minutes to decide who's going on to the Elite Eight. If we can't, we might have some more time. As Wheaton controls the first possession of the second half, Carney Blake, her play is won by Kate Heimer. Heimer had an excellent first half for the Tommies, who now come forward. This is Eskierka playing to the outside for Heimer again. Keeps it in touch through Tori Seeland, and now help from Bailey Wolf to dispossess. Thrown to be taken by Heimer towards the box. Seeland with a quick touch, brought right back to her, and possessing again. Gincarella looked like a handball, but the Tommies stay on the ball. Possession with Callie Hartley, and now Tomich will play away, finding Jensen Ellis. Ellis plays it around Saren. Outside trying to get Cater, and Cater can't get there in time. And that'll be a Thunder throw-in. Throw-in comes into Ava Graber, who goes down. No foul called. And Carney Blake comes back to help Wheaton take it away. Seeland with time. Over the head of Gincarella. Header won by Alex Balfour. Blake, and now back to Gincarella. Pass intended for Baki, intercepted by Heimer. And now ahead to Treadle, who has the one goal today for St. Thomas. Treadle back to Saren. To the top as the Tommies building now. This is Hartley. Hartley working back to the outside for Heimer. And Heimer will take on Tori Seeland. 2 minutes into the second half here at Joe Bean Stadium. Sarah Max clears that away. Gincarella can't get there in time, and Wickstrom, who's been really good today for St. Thomas, plays it into the box. Tomic missed a touch, but Ketchum comes running forward and is able to collect because of that missed touch. The first of a busy weekend of postseason play on the campus of Wheaton College, and for us here at WTSN. We've got both of the semifinals of the sectional round today. We'll have the sectional final tomorrow at 5 o'clock, as well as a first-round football game between Wheaton and Martin Luther College tomorrow at noon. All that and a men's basketball game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. You can find those all right here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Tomic gets it to Torrey Sealand, and Sealand trying to turn it around. Treadle does so for the moment, and now it's Carney Blake. Blake turns upfield, right foot into the box to the far side, has Gincarella. Instead, it hits the back of Palazzo. Gincarella goes down. No foul called. Palazzo was turning and running to catch up to Gincarella. Was fortunate enough to get in the way of the pass, but took out Gincarella, and it'll be out for a Thunder corner kick. First corner of the second half comes just over 3 minutes into the half. And this will be Carney Blake to take the corner, and Blake is dangerous out of this corner. She's Olympicoed out of this corner twice in her Thunder career. Plays a very strong bending ball here. The right foot from Blake. Middle of the goal, Gincarella right in front of Pasternak, who goes up and over Gincarella to collect the ball. And Pasternak, the All-MIAC goalie, will play it away. Out of bounds off of Sarah Max. And that'll be a St. Thomas throw-in. Throwing down the sideline as Graber comes back to help in defense. The flag is up from the AR. I believe there's a foul coming, and finally it's called. A foul against St. Thomas. It'll be Sarah Max to and now it'll be Ava Graber for the Thunder. Into the box for Gincarella. Gincarella back for Ellis. Ellis, contact. And now Graber can't get there in time. And cleared away by the Tommies. This is Bailey Wolf. Wolf trying to swing the field to the near side for Bakke. Finally, it's Sealand, and it's back to Blake. Playing into the back for Tomic. And to the near side for Bakke. Bakke on the ground ahead to Isabel Oliver. Steps over the ball. Oliver in a race alongside with Alex Balfour. And Balfour with a quick touch out, and it'll be a Thunder throw-in. Looking for the top of the box for Jensen Ellis. Misses on the first attempt, brings it to the ground, steps over, gets it to her left foot, and Ellis trying to swing things to the outside for Graber. Graber in a foot race to get to the ball, and getting both the ball and Graber is Palazzo. And Palazzo will clear it away, but coming back in defense is Carney Blake. Gets it to Sealand, and now back to Lauren Ketchum. Tomic works around the first mark. And now Sealand will have time to come alongside the near sideline. Ahead to Oliver. Oliver trying to turn and plays it right out of bounds. So this will be a St. Thomas throw-in. Down the near sideline, intended for Treadle. Defended by Torrey Sealand. And Sealand will touch it out. as she goes to the ground. 7 minutes into the second half. Here's Kate Heimer. Intercepted there by Hartley. Ahead in Iskierka to the outside for Luato. Heimer up ahead for Treadle. Treadle can't get there first, and it's Tomic clearing away, but St. Thomas building something here. Looking for trouble just outside the top of the 18, and a strong clearance by Bailey Wolf will get it to midfield where it's collected by Palazzo. Near side, Baki trying to get there and can't. It'll be a Thunder throw-in. Sealand's throwing down the sideline for Baki. Baki trying to get it along the sideline, but Heimer's been terrific, and she's there once again. Heimer gets it to Iskierka. Ahead to Treadle. Treadle against Tomic. Who's going to get there first? They get there at the same time, and it's Tomic pulling it out of touch as she goes to the ground. Substitution into the game for St. Thomas. It'll be Kaylee Roberts, who had the assist on the St. Thomas goal in the first half. Roberts will replace Hartley.
In for St. Thomas, number 21, Kaylee Roberts.
So now the throw-in by Heimer. Touched back, Heimer into the box. Ketchum waits in the goal. Heimer will send it in again, and Wolf chips it out. Heimer right back in. This time it's Carney Blake getting to it, and Carney Blake swings the right foot away. Oliver against Balfour, and it'll be a Wheaton throw-in right around midfield. Sealand throw-in comes into Sarah Tomic. To the left side for Sarah Max. And Max will take it up to midfield. Over the head of the defender there, gets it to Graber. That was Paige Cater who got caught a little bit too far inside. And a nice job by Graber. Back heel to the outside for Jensen Ellis. Ellis left foot into the box. Cleared away by the right foot of Elizabeth Luato. And right back to Jensen Ellis. Header to the top of the 18. Bailey Wolf gets a foot on it. Left-footed clearance by Palazzo makes its way to Ava Graber. And finally, it's Carney Blake bringing it to the ground. Near side, Tori Sealand. Sealand steps inside, able to get it to Jensen Ellis. Ellis buying time. Turns, chips around Cater. There's Graber to the end line. Graber left foot looking for Gincarello. Right foot, and she can't get much on it. And it's an easy collection for Pasternak. A tremendous opportunity created by a nice touch pass by Ellis to Graber. Graber finds Gincarello, who couldn't quite get enough on it. And that might be Wheaton's best chance since they put the ball in the back of the net in the 17th minute. Sealand ahead to Oliver. And now Blake. Into the game for Wheaton, Sophia Lindquist returning to give Sarah Baki a quick breather. Header off the throw-in by Heimer.
Number 18, Sophia Lindquist.
Blake and now Sealand. Sealand going to send it ahead towards the box, and this is where it gets tricky here at Joe Bean Stadium. The sun setting there right behind the angle from where that ball was sent in. And so Pasternak's going to have to deal with the sun if the Wheaton attack comes in from the right side. Blake swings it in. There's Gincarello who lost it in the sun. Oliver can't get there. Flag comes up, and an offsides call by the assistant referee on the near sideline. .33:45 to play here in the second half as Pasternak drives this ball away. Kate Heimer fighting with Sophia Lindquist, and Heimer will not get there. That will be a Wheaton throw-in, quickly taken by Sealand. Finds the feet of the freshman Lindquist, and Lindquist working away from Heimer towards the middle of the field. And Heimer not going to let her get away, but her clearance comes right to Bailey Wolf. Now it's Oliver. Oliver to the end line. Oliver right foot into the box. There's Gincarella, and Gincarella can't quite get it to frame. Had Pasternak beat, but couldn't get it inside the near post. A nice job by Gincarella to actually elevate that shot. but couldn't quite get it inside the framework. Pasternak to play away again. Header won by Luato, sent ahead to Treadle. And Treadle will get space for Sarin. To the outside, intercepted by Sarah Max. Max to Jensen Ellis, backpedaling, and now Sarah Max going to streak ahead to join the attack. This is Sarah Max all the way out of the defense, and she is leveled, and a play on is going to turn into a free kick for the Thunder, just about 20 yards off the end line to the far side. And this is a Carney Blake special for Wheaton. Blake has shown with her corner capability she could put this on frame if she wants to. She's going to go quick. Driving right foot looking for Oliver. And the header away instead by St. Thomas. It settles. Jensen Ellis. Ellis the left foot blocked down by the Tommies. A little bit of a clearance from Sarin. And now St. Thomas trying to restructure itself coming out in defense. This is Seelan against Heimer to the inside for Bailey Wolf. Back outside Seelan. Chipped into the box. Gincarello with the box out. Trying to control. It's Wickstrom who gets the header. Drop back Oliver. Oliver chipped to the far post, and Graber was there just a little over her head, and that will bring in the substitution. Alexa Oldenkamp in for St. Thomas. Oldenkamp had some dynamic minutes in the first half.
19, Alexa Oldenkamp.
And she will replace Paige Cater. Carney Blake will send this one back ahead. Wickstrom goes down as she wins the header, and now a foul is called late against Isabel Oliver. Just over half an hour of play left here in the second half. Tied at 1. First half goals for both teams. It was Isabel Oliver for Wheaton and Tessa Treadle for St. Thomas. Wolf unable to take this ball away, but Max is over, and Max is going to win this for the Thunder. Knocking ball and body away. They will back her up now for the ensuing throw-in. Nice play made by Sarah Max, streaking towards the sideline. And a nice play to take that one away. And St. Thomas quickly in business here, but a handball will be called just outside the box. Kaylee Roberts couldn't collect that bounce. And it'll be Tomic to take a free kick for the Thunder. Plays it straight ahead to Bailey Wolf, and Wolf touches to the outside. Looking for Sarah Max, but instead it's Tessa Treadle forcing a Thunder throw-in. Tomic again to Wolf. Wolf looking for space, and St. Thomas again clamping down. And this pass is going to be intercepted by Heimer. Not a great touch, though. Will go right out of bounds for a Thunder throw-in. St. Thomas has done a tremendous job when Wheaton is able to get the ball near midfield. They are clamping down with 2 defenders around the ball in the midfield. Ahead for Oliver. Oliver can't quite get it. It's Wickstrom instead. And to the far side now for Luato. Middle of the field, Sarin. Near side again for Luato. Luato into the attacking third. Carney Blake racing to keep up. Luato left foot and on a bounce. It's easy collect for Lauren Ketchum. Shot from distance for Luato when nobody stepped up, but an easy collection for Ketchum. As Wickstrom plays this one again to Luato. Sarin, and now ahead to Treadle. Subs for both teams at the next opportunity as St. Thomas streaks forward, but tripping on the attack. But St. Thomas will stay on the attack here. Far sideline against Sarah Max. Max gets one step, plays it out. This is going to be a goal kick. Nice job by Sarah Max. Shuts that down against Kaylee Roberts. Plays it off of Roberts' foot. And coming in for St. Thomas will be Mari Farrell-Lugo. For Wheaton, Baki will return to give Isabel Oliver a little bit of a breather. So Baki's going to take the role at the attacking at the top of the formation. We're used to seeing her control the sidelines. So this will be a little bit of a new look for Baki, taking over in the middle of the field at the top. Tomic left foot away over the head of Bailey Wolf, won by Luato. And this time it's Carney Blake. Plaza will shield Gincarella away from that ball and watch it roll out of bounds. Inside of 28 minutes to play, we're tied at 1. Throw-in comes for Oldenkamp, shielding Graber. And ahead, Tessa Treadle. Sarah Max, 28 to take it away from 28 Treadle. Knocked back to Sarin. And ahead where Tomic is patrolling, but right there to get it is Heimer for St. Thomas. Heimer gives it up to Sophia Lindquist. Lindquist looking ahead for Baki. Baki running against Balfour. And the goalie, Pasternak, going to have to play it out of bounds. Wheaton was going to try to take it quickly, but Taylor Rudin was waiting to check in. So Rudin comes in to give Carney Blake a couple minutes. And the throw-in taken by Tori Seeland. Down to Baki. Baki trying to turn on Balfour and lets Balfour play it away. I think Balfour was expecting Oliver when that long ball was played, turned around to see the speed of Baki and realized that she had to catch up. Now Baki shielding. Touch back to Seeland. And this will be a St. Thomas throw-in as Wheaton gives it away. Long throw-in down the sideline, but played out of bounds by Kaylee Roberts. So again, it'll be Tori Seeland to take the throw-in for Wheaton. Seeland's throw-in comes on the ground to Sarah Baki. Baki against 2 and plays it off of Roberts and out of bounds for another Thunder throw-in. Just over 26 minutes left in the half. Throwing down the sideline to Baki against Balfour. And Balfour is going to push loose for some room and now gets help with Farrell Lugo to the outside. But Lugo's first touch is right out of play and will be another Thunder throw-in. Seeland this time comes into Bailey Wolf. So Wheaton will get the ball off the sideline finally and get it to Sarah Max. Max middle of the field with Treadle coming on. Max staves off the first attempt, but now it's taken away. And here come the Tommies. This is where they've been their most dangerous, but a nice step by Bailey Wolf to interrupt that counter from St. Thomas, and Wolf will play it to the middle for Sarah Max. Max ahead. Gincarella and Baki were in the same spot. Gincarella's going to win it to Jensen Ellis. Ellis finds Sarah Max, continuing to push up and inside. Outside for Bailey Wolf. Wolf with Sarin on her back, and Sarin takes her down, and that'll be a foul just before the ball rolled out of play on the far side. So this will be a free kick for Jensen Ellis. Looked like she was going to take it quickly, but now we'll back off. Ellis left foot, middle of the field. Taylor Rudin was trying to flick on. Didn't get a clean touch, and there's Farrah Lugo for the Tommies at the first ball. Wolf wins the second one. Gincarella able to touch it down to Lindquist, and here comes Lindquist down the near sideline. Gincarella inside. Lindquist steps inside, still on the ball. Sophia Lindquist into the box, finds Baki. Baki trying to turn, drops back to Lindquist, to the middle for Rudin, and now Tori Seeland. Seeland back into the box, finds Baki. Baki tries to get it to the right foot and does. Baki with her centering pass, and it's deflected by Wickstrom and cleared out of play by St. Thomas. Great collecting defense by the Tommies, rallying in numbers once the ball entered the box. This is Tomic trying to swing the field, and it's won by Sarin. Graber the header, and now back outside where Ava Graber will collect for the Thunder. 24 minutes and change left in this one, tied at 1. Jensen Ellis driving to the middle of the field, back outside to Ava Graber. Graber, and her centering pass is deflected right to Jensen Ellis. Ellis has help with Graber. Graber's still onside. Ellis turns back to the middle, looking for room. Now drops outside for Ava Graber. Sent high and into the box. Wickstrom wins the first one, and it will be settled finally by Kate Heimer. And now St. Thomas will send it along to the far side. Sarah Max shielding against Tessa Treadle. Gets it to Tomic. Wolf, and Wolf will get it to Taylor Rudin, who will bring things forward again for the Thunder. Crowd continuing to build here at Joe Bean Stadium as the first sectional semifinal comes down the home stretch as we get ready for the second semifinal starting at 3:30. Carnegie Mellon and Ohio Northern. Lindquist keeps this ball in touch. Looking for help. Back to Tomic. Tomic over the head of Wickstrom, who collides with Baki. Wickstrom goes down, and a foul is called. So free kick for St. Thomas. Wheaton's done a nice job about the last 5 minutes or so, pushing the ball forward. St. Thomas the better side early in this second half. Wheaton starting to show its form again here as the half wears on. Sarah Max touches away. Graber trying to get there. A strong play by Oldenkamp to stay on the ball for St. Thomas. Oldenkamp, right foot into the box. Catch him off her line, but it's in the net. She can't get there in time, and St. Thomas has taken the lead with 22 minutes and 27 seconds to play. We'll see it again here on the replay. It's just a beautiful play by Oldenkamp into the middle, and it's Kaylee Roberts. Oldenkamp kept him in possession, played a perfect ball to Roberts running on, and St. Thomas has their first lead of the match with 22-27 to play. So Wheaton now trailing 2-1. The first time they have trailed since October 1st, when they trailed at Hope College, and now pushing forward for another one, but a nice play by Tomic to get there in time. Been almost 2 months since the Thunder have been chasing the game. Actually, correction, Carthage scored the first game of that match up in Kenosha before Wheaton scored the last 5. That was Wheaton's second to last regular season game. Subs for both squads coming on. It's Esquierda returning for St. Thomas. We're going to see Sammy Nishiyama for the first time today. The transfer from Gonzaga. And now we're going to have a stoppage of play with 21-25. Pete Felsky with some words for the center official. I believe having to do with being pushed off the ball leading to that goal.
Interesting, Thomas, number 10.
Baki boxing out and keeping the ball with the Thunder. Bailey Wolf will send it over the head of Balfour, but Balfour with no pressure will turn and watch it roll. Inside of 21 minutes to play, 2-1 lead for St. Thomas. Following the goal by Kaylee Roberts. Isabel Oliver getting ready to check back in, and Oliver sporting what looks to be a fresh black eye. As this will be a Thunder throw-in, and Oliver will come right back in, replacing Sarah Gincarella.
In for Wheaton, number 15, Isabel Oliver.
Sealand's throw-in comes to Nishiyama, who plays it quickly to Taylor Rudin. 20 minutes to play from Joe Bean Stadium. St. Thomas has just taken its first lead of the match. Nishiyama on the ground to Ava Graber. Graber to Rudin as they play along the midfield line, and Graber will drop it back to Tomic. Tomic to Sealand, up ahead to Bailey Wolf at the midfield line, and outside to Sarah Max. So Nishiyama comes in, and Max pushes forward to the near side. They're going to keep Oliver and Baki at the top. Touch to the outside, Baki. Flag stays down. Baki in the box, deflected. Oliver trying to win it, but Wickstrom will play it away for the Tommies. But Taylor Rudin will keep it in possession for Wheaton. This is Graber. Graber turns the corner, but a quick step from Palazzo for the Tommies, as the Tommies look like they're starting to pack things in a little bit. The formation sinking towards the defensive line of the field. Oliver keeps this in touch, working against Balfour, and drops it back to Tori Sealand. Sealand back to Oliver. Oliver now driving towards the inline, into the box near side, gets it to Max. Sarah Max turning, trips, loses the ball, and Kate Heimer clears it away. This is Roberts, but Bailey Wolf right back out for the Thunder. Wolf, one of only a handful of seniors on this team. Gets it out to Nishiyama, another one. Nishiyama, Gincarella, and Wolf, the three graduating seniors for the Thunder. It's a team that is almost wholly intact again, coming back next year. Isabel Oliver trying to extend this year's run, and she gets it to Tori Seeland. Seeland to Ellis, touched away by Wickstrom. And now it's Heimer who plays it off of Oliver, and a substitution into the game for St. Thomas. This will be Baumsta returning to give Tessa Treadle a few minutes at the top. 18 minutes left here in regulation. Wheaton chasing by a goal. It'll be Balfour on the throw-in. And Tomic is on the back end of that one, but Roberts is the next one there for St. Thomas. Roberts keeping them in possession. On the ground, picked off by Rudin to the outside for Nishiyama. Sammy Nishiyama keeps it to Bailey Wolf. And now outside, Nishiyama to Graber. Graber looks like she mistimed that step and gives it away to St. Thomas. Lexi's staring up ahead, and Nishiyama will backtrack, surround this one, and let it roll out for a Thunder throw-in. Just under 17 and a half minutes to play. Throw-in comes to Bailey Wolf. Chipped back to Rudin, whose header goes right out of bounds for a St. Thomas throw-in. Graber wins the header off the throw-in, and now it is Jensen Ellis trying to get possession for the Thunder, and she does. Up ahead to Baki. Baki being pushed off the ball, tried to turn with it, realized she didn't have the ball. But St. Thomas plays it back and out for a goal kick, and Carney Blake comes back in for the Thunder, replacing Taylor Rudin.
In for Wheaton, number 3, Carney Blake.
Tomic near side for Tori Seeland. Seeland up ahead, finds Isabel Oliver, back to Carney Blake. Blake looking for Baki. Wickstrom is there for St. Thomas, but Baki's right back on the ball for the Thunder. Drops to Sarah Max. Max to Carney Blake. Blake just going to send it into the box, and again, the sun playing issues there. And Pasternak picks it up. Playing away Pasternak over the head of a couple of players, and now it is won finally by Esquierka, but comes to the ground to Blake. On the ground ahead, this is Palazzo. Near side Heimer with Sarah Max running on inside of 16 minutes left in the game. Roberts pass ends up on the foot of Sarah Tomic, ahead to Bailey Wolf and back out to Nishiyama. Nishiyama backtracking to collect. Plays ahead to Graber. Graber with Oldenkamp on her back. And now Graber is shoved to ground as it's sent out of bounds. Throw-in comes to Sarah Baki. Drops to Bailey Wolf. Wickstrom is there to win the header. And it's one to Lovato. Graber running on to get the deflection off that header. Tomic with a strong left foot there, and now wins the subsequent header. Heimer near side with Seeland running on. Has help from inside to Carney Blake, and Tomic will shield that ball back to Lauren Ketchum, who will pick it up with 14:45 to play. Wheaton trailing 2-1. Second half goal by St. Thomas, scored by Kaylee Roberts, giving the Tommies a 2-1 lead, their first of the match. Wheaton scored 16 minutes in by Isabel Oliver, who carries it into the box now. Oliver to the end line. Right foot is stopped by Wickstrom, and able to clear it out is Balfour. This is going to be sent into the box way too far for Baumsta, and Ketchum collects and quickly throws out to Bailey Wolf. Wolf stops on the ball. Gets it back to Tomic. St. Thomas answered Wheaton's initial goal about just 6.5 minutes later by Tessa Treadle. Both her and Oliver scoring their 9th goals of the season respectively. And now it's ahead to Graber, who's not going to get there in time. Sub for the Tommies is Kristen Epperly. Epperly will take over at the top for Kaylee Roberts.
Good for St. Thomas, number 23, Kristen Epperly.
13 and a half minutes to go. Ellis drops it back to to Tomic. Tomic gives it right back. Good step by Eskierka. Heimer with Sealand inside. Heimer right foot blocked by Tomic. Sealand sends it away. Eskierka there for the Tommies. Touch to the outside for Luato. Luato now back into the attacking third. 13 minutes to play. Heimer will take her time on the near side, working with Luato. Sarah Max closing space, and now Eskierka. Back to Heimer, top of the box. Good step by Tori Sealand. However, quickly winning it back is Heimer. Blake intercepts that pass, but that will come out at the midfield line at the near side for St. Thomas throw-in. The stout Tommy defense has been on its game here in the second half. Good step by Sealand to win that one, and now it's Sarah Max on the ball for the Thunder. Gets it to Carney Blake. Blake along the sideline ahead to Isabel Oliver. Oliver, who has battled with Balfour most of the day, finds Baki. Blake, and now trying to swing the field to Graber. Oldenkamp is there. Strong marking from the Tommies. Near side Luato at midfield, 12 minutes to play. Tomic, little mistouch, but Nishiyama clears it out. It'll be a Tommy throw-in in the attacking third to be taken by Heimer. Header comes back to Heimer. Nice job by Bailey Wolf to play that one away. Back to win it is Sarah Baki. Baki blocked by Izquierda. Now with help, but Izquierda stays on the ball. Chipped into the box. Ketchum coming, looking for the punch. Ball's loose. Ball's still loose. Ball's still loose, and Ketchum finally looked like she dived and was able to pick it up, but instead it was trickling behind her. And it'll be a goal kick as the Thunder are able to dodge that bullet of the ball loose in the box. Hannah Max now coming on for the Thunder.
And for Wheaton, number 11, Hannah Max.
Replacing Jensen Ellis. 11 minutes to play. Tomic with a left foot. One by the Tommies. Next one won by Carney Blake. And Graber plays this one ahead. It's going to get all the way to Isabel Oliver. Drops it off to Baki. Baki's got Max to her left. I don't know if she sees her. She comes back to her right to Oliver. Oliver right side of the box. Turns to face Balfour. Has help coming. And drops it off to Tori Sealand. Sealand right foot into the box looking for Baki. Deflected away. And a nice sliding clearance from St. Thomas. Comes all the way out to Tomic at midfield. Bailey Wolf spinning, and it's touched away quickly to Tomic. Counting down towards 10 minutes to go as Carney Blake sends it along. Hannah Max, first touch since coming back in. Well, all right behind Baki, who had a lane to get free. And Pasternak now will take her time. Wisely waiting for Isabel Oliver to pressure her to pick the ball up. A few valuable seconds off the clock there, and we're inside of 10 minutes left. Pasternak's kick going to go right out of bounds. So this will be a Thunder throw-in. Sealand's throw-in comes to Tomic. And that's going to be played long, but end up out of play by Elizabeth Luato. Tomic to take the throw-in with 9.5 to go. Luato's there again. This is Nishiyama. Ahead Wickstrom. Wickstrom's header now to Blake. And brought to ground by the Tommies. Heimer deflected off the feet of Sealand, and now Tessa Treadle returns for St. Thomas, replacing Kristen Epperly. So Roberts and Epperly spelling Tessa Treadle at the top.
28, Tessa Treadle.
And Roberts has the game-winning goal right now for St. Thomas as it stands. Bailey Wolf to the outside for Sammy Nishiyama. Nishiyama with some space at midfield. being chased by Tessa Treadle. Ava Graber with 8:44 towards the top of the box, headed away by Balfour, brought down by Sarin. And this is Tori Seelan interrupting that play. And Seelan controls. Carney Blake back to Tori Seelan. Left foot ahead, over the head of Balfour and Baki. And Baki's able to keep it in play. Baki into the box, finds Oliver. Oliver trying to bring it to the ground. Here's Carney Blake. Blake, the right foot is deflected as it goes towards the goalie. And Pasternak has an easy collection. It was a good job by Baki to keep that play alive. Oliver just couldn't quite get it cleanly. As Heimer to the near side ahead to Maddie Bomsta, and now it's Blake. Blake to Wolf. Wheaton trying to play long, and that'll roll out of bounds. St. Thomas throwing, 7:45 to play. I would expect the Tommies formation to contract as this clock winds down here at Joe Bean Stadium. Turning and finding space is Sarah Max, finds Hannah Max. Hannah Max finds Isabel Oliver, but touched away, and it'll come back with the Tommies. Nice ball won by Tori Seelan, who goes down hard after it's played away. Carney Blake finds Seelan, good step over. Seelan back to Blake, both of them buying time for each other. Carney Blake driven right side, had Graber on the run, headed down by Oldenkamp. Graber fighting to stay on the ball, able to get it loose to Hannah Max, but it's staying on it is Esquierga. This is Treadle with 7 minutes to play, interrupted by Nishiyama. Touched free, and Carney Blake steps back to win it for Wheaton. Near side, Tori Seelan, and Seelan trips over the ball. Stays on it, gets it to Tomic. Tomic sends Nishiyama forward. Seelan clearly in pain after she went down, and Graber able to win it for Wheaton. Ball loose. Bomsta's going to go right through Sammy Nishiyama and keeps it in play. Tomic is all the way back for Wheaton with 6:22 left, and she will track it down. Finding Bailey Wolf. Wolf to Nishiyama. Played ahead, and it will be Tomic again with the header forward to Carney Blake. Blake trying to turn, keeps it on her foot. Near side for Baki. Baki drops it off for Seelan inside of 6 minutes to go. Tori Seelan finds a pocket, gets it to Carney Blake. Blake to Bailey Wolf as Wheaton builds forward looking for an equalizer. Looking for Hannah Max, but cleared away by St. Thomas. This will go out of bounds on the far side. 5:39 and counting remaining. Nishiyama throw-in comes to Tomic. Back to Nishiyama. Feels similar to the end of the game we had here on Saturday between Wheaton and Worcester. Wheaton had the lead, but then had to hold on for the final few minutes as Worcester mounted an attack. 5:15 to go. Into the middle for Bailey Wolf. Instead, it's Nishiyama ahead to Hannah Max. Great touch from a high ball, but Max tripped trying to get inside. Esquierka takes it away. Ahead to Tessa Treadle. Treadle finds Bomsta. Bomsta just going to play it to the near side. Lauren Ketchum aggressively will track it down. And Isabel Oliver will come back and collect the ball. Gets it to Seeland. Right back to Oliver. Oliver goes down, slow to get up as the Tommies just going to run this thing towards the flag. This will be a St. Thomas throw-in, and the clock will stop for a substitution. Paula Del Moro coming into the game. Replacing Bomsta. Clock is stopped with 4:33 to play. We'll start again upon the first touch. That first touch taken by Tori Seeland. Ahead to Oliver. Oliver finds Blake, and Blake going to play a long ball. Baki chasing against Wickstrom. It's off of Wickstrom's head, back to Baki. Baki now fighting through the back of Palazzo. Baki still on the ball, fighting in the box. Baki to the middle, Baki to Graber. The net was wide open, but it's Wickstrom back to clear it away. The equalizer was right there in front of Wheaton, and it's Wickstrom who makes a great instinctive play and denies the foot of Ava Graber. Graber to take the corner, finds Carney Blake in the box, outside to Graber, right foot driven towards the box, and it goes off the goalpost, and it'll be cleared out again by St. Thomas. Pressure-packed closing moments here at Joe Bean Stadium. Quick throw-in coming into the box for Sarah Max. Double team turning towards the end line. Max goes down in the box, and it's a penalty! A penalty is called with 3:36 as Sarah Max goes down in the box. You wondered if it was going to get called. A lot of times the official doesn't want to make that call, as we're going to see it again on the replay. She's tripped on her left foot. There's no contact with the ball. And it'll be Carney Blake one-on-one with Sarah Pasternak with 3:36 left in the match. Pasternak taking her time, trying to recollect herself as she gets set to try to turn away Carney Blake. This will be Blake's first penalty taken this year. And we're tied at 2! Carney Blake drives it home with 3:36 to go, and the Thunder have new life. Joe Bean Stadium electric. So now we'll see what the final 3.5 minutes has, and here it comes loose. This is Heimer, and Wheaton back with Nishiyama to play it away. Winning it for now is Graber. Looks like the Thunder football team has made its way in as classes have wound down here. Sent into the box. Oliver one-on-one, trying to turn on Balfour. Back is Bickstrom to help against Hannah Max. Max to Blake, who just tied it, and it'll be played away for Heimer. Nice step by Sarah Max to win this. Blake loses it momentarily, but it comes loose to Wolf. Wolf ahead to Baki. And now dropped all the way back for Tomic. Nishiyama running forward. Sami Nishiyama looking for Hannah Max. And it'll be a foul on Max with the grab. Free kick coming from St. Thomas with counting down on 2 minutes left in regulation. Wheaton looked to be on its last life, but the penalty called. Sarah Max going down in the box, and Carney Blake converting. Cleared away by Nishiyama, finds Bailey Wolf. Wolf streaking forward. Baki's not quite going to get there. This is Oliver. Oliver against Balfour, as she has been for much of the night. 90 seconds and counting. Sealand into the box. Looking for Baki. It's over their head. It's Hannah Max. And it's free across the box, and it'll roll wide. Sophia Lindquist will return for Wheaton. 75 seconds left in the second half.
In for Wheaton, number 18, Sophia Lindquist. One minute remaining in the second half.
Pasternak to play it away with 48 left. And it's won by Sealand. Sealand chips ahead. Wickstrom wins that one, but it's going to be collected by Oliver. Oliver on the ball, plays outside. Bakke in the box. Bakke right side, centering pass. Lindquist broke free for a second. Now it's Blake. Blake plays to Oliver, intercepted, but Oliver's back on it with 25. Bailey Wolf left foot, and it's right at Sarah Pasternak in what will likely be the last shot of regulation.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So 90 minutes have decided nothing. We were tied at 45 at the end of the first, tied after 45 at 1. We're tied after 90 at 2. These two teams will regroup and set out on a whole new adventure here. 2 overtime periods max to come, followed by a shootout if it's possible. One of these teams would like to end things before we get there.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
Flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton, and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life, and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like, and this is why I love Wheaton.
Welcome back here to Joe Bean Stadium, where after 90 minutes we're headed for extra time. I'm Rusty Lindsay. Thanks for tuning in here on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network. Wheaton hosting the University of St. Thomas. We're tied at 2. Wheaton scored first, a 17th minute goal by Isabel Oliver, countered about 6.5 minutes later by Tessa Treadle in the 23rd minute. St. Thomas took the lead and looked like they were heading to the finish line on a 68th minute goal by Kaylee Roberts, but a penalty was called with 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining, and Carney Blake converts it for her 5th goal of the year and gives Wheaton a new life as we head into the first overtime period. Wheaton's last overtime game was against Augustana in the conference tournament semifinals, a game that ended 0-0, the Vikings advancing via penalties. St. Thomas hasn't played an overtime game since October 12th against Carleton, a game that ended in a scoreless draw. On November 9th, I missed a 1-1 draw at Augsburg against the Augies. This is Carney Blake as Wheaton goes right to left to start the first overtime. And now St. Thomas breaking out 2-on-2. This is Luato. Luato ahead to Roberts, who had the second period goal. Roberts against Tomic in the box. Tomic going to shield her away and out of bounds for the ball and the free kick. So it'll be Lauren Ketchum looking into the sun in the first overtime. And then Pasternak into the sun in the second overtime, should we reach it. Again, these are golden goal overtime periods. Free kick comes loose. Ellis racing to get back to it. Tried to touch it to Carney Blake and does. Blake outside Tori Sealand. Wheaton sticking with Sammy Nishiyama on the back. They're keeping that formation that led to the second goal. So Sarah Max is pushed forward. So Sealand and Nishiyama, the two corners, with Tomic in the middle. Max playing more of a midfield role along with Blake and Wolf. That one deflected, trying to be played in by Heimer. Played ahead Baki, who has been pushed forward since Wheaton started chasing at 2-1, and that would have been offsides for Roberts, who will just watch it sail over her head. And this will be a Thunder throw-in, 1.5 minutes into the first overtime period. Pushing Sealand back, and the throw-in goes to Tomic, who will just play it away. Only one there, though, is Elizabeth Luato for St. Thomas. But touched away by Sarah Max to Isabel Oliver. Oliver to Blake, playing ahead. Baki will try to win this one. Baki fighting. Now Ava Graber coming in. Oliver wins the header on the playaway. Now Alex Balfour plays it into the air. Balfour and Isabel Oliver have been locked up all afternoon in a terrific battle. The one time Oliver was able to score was when she lost her mark on a beautiful ball in from Jensen Ellis. This is Heimer on the left sideline. She's been terrific today for the Tommies. Played away, but a nice job by Tori Sealand to take it for the Thunder. Sealand ahead to Oliver, who can't keep it in touch, and it'll be a Tommy throw in. 7:40 remaining in the first overtime period. Throwing to Roberts, shin down, ahead to Tessa Treadle, who scored the first half goal for St. Thomas. Played ahead, Tomic right into her back. And now it's Jensen Ellis. Graber pointing ahead. Ava Graber streaking down the left sideline and keeps it in play. Graber tries to send it into the box, and that'll bring Pasternak off her line to collect. Ava Graber hasn't played it since maybe the 1st of October, and she sat out about the first 20 minutes of this game, and it's been full speed for her ever since. Have to wonder what her conditioning is like as we go down the stretch. This is Sarah Max to Jensen Ellis outside to Nishiyama. And Nishiyama going to carry a long ways here forward and give it up. Taken away, though, by Wickstrom. Tomic to Nishiyama. Wolf, and now Tomic. To Carney Blake. Wheaton's done better in the possession in the last probably 5 minutes of regulation. Wheaton's control of the ball was much better. Sarah Max fighting against Wickstrom. And Wickstrom touches it inside to Elizabeth Luato. Played ahead, and it'll be Tori Sealand backtracking for the Thunder. Playing to Sarah Tomic. Two teams with very strong defenses, and there's been a lot of play in the midfield. This has been a wide open game. Oliver trying to win this one. Wickstrom holding on to it. Collides with Baki. Long pass ahead, and Treadle deflected by Tomic, now sent forward, and Tomic plays it down to Blake. Carney Blake, who connected on the penalty kick with 3:36 to play, gets it ahead to Oliver. Oliver towards the near side, finds Ava Graber. Graber outside Ellis. This is where Ellis distributed the assist in the first half. Ellis taking her time towards the end line. Ellis trying to turn the corner. She chips it up and over the crossbar, and that will be a goal kick for St. Thomas. Kristen Epperly into the game, replacing Kaylee Roberts. For Wheaton, Sarah Gincarella going to give Isabel Oliver a breather here.
Kristen Epperly.
Oliver's been fighting hard at the top of this formation for much of the match for Wheaton. Past the halfway point of the first overtime, we continue to play. Header won by Sarah Max off the goal kick. Max fighting to win the next one, but it's Bailey Wolf ahead to Baki, who drops back to Carney Blake outside Sealand. Sealand's right foot ahead. Gincarella is there, brings it down. Touch to Jensen Ellis is deflected. A nice step by Palazzo, but there to win it is Bailey Wolf to Ava Graber. Graber to Ellis. Ellis moves ahead, strong left foot, and it's collected by Pasternak. I think that ball carried on her. She looked like she had the line on it, and then all of a sudden at the last minute, the ball just continued to stay on its plane, and she leaps to secure the catch. Bailey Wolf wins the free kick. To the near side, running on is Graber, who goes down. A foul is called against Epperly. And Graber slow to get up. But she wins the foul. Carney Blake flips the field, far side for Tori Sealand on a strong play. Sealand run over, but gets the ball ahead to Gincarella. Sealand's gone down hard a couple of times. This has been a hard-fought physical match. Sarah Max, right side of the box. Wickstrom with the step, and Wickstrom able to repossess. And oh, wow. What a play by Max to get back on it and wheel a ball towards the center of the box, but Pasternak was on her post and able to collect. Blake shielding the sun and winning the header there. Ahead to Jensen Ellis. Ellis to Graber. 3:13 left. Graber to the middle of the field. Right foot bending to the far post, and it won't get enough bend, and that'll be another goal kick. Boy, St. Thomas still seems to be reeling a little bit from that late regulation goal. This has been all thunder here in the first overtime. Pasternak takes her time, plays it away. Sarah Max wins it on a bounce. Gincarella is there for the Thunder. Gincarella up the sideline, played away by Balfour, but right to Tori Sealand. Knocks that ball down to the ground. Sealand with a right foot into the box looking for Baki, but Wickstrom is there for St. Thomas, and it's Sarah Max again. Max has really been excellent since Wheaton rolled the formation and pushed her forward. She was the one who drew the penalty in the 87th minute. Wolf with a quick touch. Middle for Carney Blake. Blake playing towards the top of the box. Cleared away, but ends up with Bailey Wolf. 2:05 to play as Jensen Ellis looks for space, pulls the ball back, takes her time, and it's Bailey Wolf to the outside for Tori Sealand. Sealand with space. Sealand's going to drive this ball to the top of the 18. Gincarella can't get there. Instead, it's Wickstrom. And Bailey Wolf going to bring that ball loose to Carney Blake. Those two have been on the ball a lot here in the overtime, and Ellis miscommunication with Graber, but the ball's going to stay with the Thunder. Wheaton throwing 100 seconds left in the first overtime. Graber tries to go down the sideline, and a great step by Oldenkamp, and Oldenkamp knocks it away. 90 seconds to go as Carney Blake surveys the field, drops it back to Tomic, who joins the offensive half of the field. And a little bit of a deflection as that ball came through, and it gets away from Bailey Wolf and to Elizabeth Luato. Sarin Here come the Tommies, their first real attack of the overtime, and this breaks through to Epperly. Epperly's out front. Tomic closing down the angle, and Ketchum, who might have gone to ground a little early, gets it at her full extension away from the direction she was sliding. But the most important thing is the game remains continuing into the final minute of the first overtime. Gincarella, the flying header. Played ahead and won by Tori Seelan. Wheaton has had the step here in the first overtime, and it is a foul called, and it'll be a St. Thomas free kick with about 30 seconds left in the first overtime. Again, this is the first of two matches here at Joe Bean Stadium. Carnegie Mellon and Ohio Northern coming up, scheduled for a 3:30 start. That'll be delayed a little bit due to the overtime periods here. The winners from these two matches will battle tomorrow for a spot at the Final Four. Being held this year in Greensboro, North Carolina. That one played away.
10,
and St. Thomas,
9,
I think, has resigned itself to a second
7,
overtime period they have.
6,
they won't even make the throw-in.
5, 4,
10 minutes
3,
later, we remain
2,
tied at
1,
2.
0.
And we will have 10 minutes left to decide things before we go to the shootout. St. Thomas 2 and Wheaton 2 here from Joe Bean Stadium. We're headed to a second overtime.
One word I'd use to describe my Wheaton experience is purposeful. And I say purposeful because through people and experiences here, the Lord has been teaching me to reorient my desires and aspirations for work in His kingdom.
Flourishing. I chose the word flourishing because of the specific leadership and mentorship opportunities I've experienced at Wheaton, and how they've allowed me not only to grow here, but given me the confidence to navigate life after Wheaton.
Winning. I chose the word winning because I feel like all my friends and professors have encouraged me to have a winning mindset.
Full. I chose the word full because my Wheaton College experience has been full of mentorship and friendship here, and I've been left with intergenerational friendship that I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life.
Transformative. The reason why I chose the word transformative is because of all the ways I've been influenced by my professors, my peers, and my friends at my time at Wheaton.
Rooted. The reason I chose the word rooted is because I am leaving Wheaton grounded in both my faith and calling.
Unexpected. The reason I chose this word is because I expected to be challenged by Wheaton's academics, but I wasn't expecting how I would be challenged and grown through Wheaton's athletics, student life, and student engagement.
Deep. I chose the word deep because of the deep relationships I've been able to build with friends and all the people I've been able to meet at Wheaton.
Holistic. I chose that word because Wheaton has taken my education and my vision for my life, and it's expanded it and shaped it physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually in every way.
Journey. The reason why I chose Journey is because of the many highs and lows that I've experienced here at Wheaton. These highs and lows are a taste of what life after Wheaton is going to be like. And this is why I love Wheaton.
So we have 10 more minutes to decide whether or not we're going to decide this thing at the shootout's penalty spot. I'm Rusty Lindsay. Thanks for tuning in. Here's sectional semifinal soccer. Wheaton and St. Thomas, double overtime. We're tied at 2. Both teams tallied a goal apiece in each the first and the second half. Ball played through. Isabel Oliver on the run. Goalie off her line. And a nice job by Pasternak to play that one out. Wheaton scored in the 17th minute by Isabel Oliver. Tessa Treadle answered 6.5 minutes later. St. Thomas took the lead in the 68th minute with Kaylee Roberts, and Wheaton answered with a penalty kick with 3.5 minutes to play. After Sarah Max was dragged down in the box, Carney Blake was true from the spot. And that's why we got to 2-2. A scoreless first overtime. And Wheaton goes left to right here in the second overtime, and it'll be the goalie Pasternak looking into the sun here for the last 10 minutes. Chipped in by Max and rushing on Pasternak, who barrels through Baki to pick that one up. Pasternak had 5 saves in regulation. Added a 6 there in the first overtime. Nishiyama wins that ball for the Thunder, and clock is stopped. We're going to have a card given out. That's 28 Tessa Treadle. Treadle had a shove in the back of Nishiyama, and then apparently that continued a little afterwards. The Thunder football team has really brought some volume here to Joe Bean Stadium. They kind of piled in as classes wrapped up. And when the goal went in for Kearney Blake, this place was electric, and they've brought a lot of energy here for the overtime periods. Flick on header by Graber, settled by Sarin. Chipped ahead, but Tomic is there, heads it to the ground. But St. Thomas right back on it, near side. Taken away by the moment for Sarah Max, but racing towards it is Kate Heimer, and Heimer's going to fight through Sealand. Diving play by Sarah Max. Ball still loose, and finally it's Max who wins it for Wheaton. Baki's going to play it off the back of Alex Balfour, and Wheaton will get a throw in on the offensive side of the field. Kearney Blake was trying to play long, deflected, but it comes to Baki. Baki playing her against Balfour. Balfour has been locked on to Isabel Oliver for much of the match and has moved towards Baki once Oliver was brought out of the first overtime. Played away by Tomic. Throw-in comes down the sideline. This is Heimer. And now it is Treadle, but loses it to Bailey Wolf. Back to Kearney Blake. 7.5 minutes to go. We're tied at 2. Sarah Bakke down the sideline to Oliver. Oliver in a race against Wickstrom. Wickstrom going to take her time, and Oliver steps over it as Wickstrom plays it out. Throw in about 5 yards off the end line to the near side. And Tori Sealand running forward to take it for the Thunder. Sealand going to throw it towards the end line for Oliver. Oliver back to Sealand. Sealand into the box. Wickstrom is there. Blake wins the header. Gets it to Bailey Wolf, and Wolf loses it on the attacking play of Kristen Epperly. Wolf to the far side now, looking for Graber. Graber steps through a defender, but loses it. And this is Treadle against Nishiyama. Nishiyama with a strong play to get it to Tomic and turn away Tessa Treadle. And Kearney Blake loses that one, but then Heimer loses it by running into her teammate. Throw-in comes down the sideline to Bakke. Bakke a touch, trying to get Sarah Max, and Sarah Max got there, but a great step by Lauren Wickstrom to stop the attack. 6 and change left. Kearney Blake now looking ahead, trying to swing to the far side to Graber, and instead it is Oldenkamp there for the Tommies. But Bailey Wolf right back in there. Wolf seems to have found a second win for the Thunder. And this is settled by Jensen Ellis. Ellis from the left side, played out, Thunder corner kick with 5:45 left here in the second overtime, and it'll be Kearney Blake to take it. We mentioned last time Blake has Olympicoed twice out of this corner here at Joe Bean Stadium, and has leveled the score with the penalty kick at the end of regulation. Blake drives it towards the top of the 6-yard box. Graber running on. Flick away header by Luato, settled by Ellis. Ellis outside for Kearney Blake. Will try it again, this time with the left foot. Oliver is running there, but Pasternak comes off her line and collects for the Tommies. And Pasternak plays that one away. Graber with the first foot, but it comes loose to Treadle. And Treadle just going to play this one ahead. Wheaton has had probably 80% of the possession since we've gone to the overtime period. St. Thomas really looks to be just trying to get to the finish line of this overtime. Wheaton, meanwhile, was revitalized by that equalizer. Heimer, middle of the field, intercepted by Bailey Wolf. Wolf will play it ahead to Isabel Oliver. Oliver drops off for Sarah Max, trying to get Oliver going, and Oliver's not going to get there in time. Tommy throwing with 4.5 minutes to play. I think both of these teams would be far more comfortable deciding this with a run-of-play goal. Bakke gets a step to that one. Up ahead. Pasternak's going to stay in the cage, and it'll be played away by Palazzo. 4 minutes to go here in a sectional semifinal. Wheaton and St. Thomas locked in a classic at 2. Wheaton's track record with the shootout has not been good, so the Thunder would love to get this thing figured out before they get to that mark. Carney Blake rolls the ball under. Gets it into the middle of the field. Sarah Max. Max running towards the top of the box. Finds Oliver. Oliver into the box right side. Oliver to the end line. Oliver sends it across. It's loose. Graber finds Bakke, and Bakke's shot is blocked. Couldn't quite get it settled. Now Wolf shot blocked. 3:30 to play. Carney Blake able to win it for Wheaton. Outside to Sammy Nishiyama. Nishiyama's been very good since coming on in the second half. And now Ava Graber. Graber chips into the box, headed away by the Tommies. Up ahead to Oldenkamp. Graber the step, trying to get it to Ellis. And is carried away, and Treadle turns on Nishiyama. Tessa Treadle streaking ahead for St. Thomas. Has help in the middle of the field. That's Epperly in the middle. Epperly spinning around, keep her off the line, and an aggressive play by Lauren Ketchum to smother that ball. Also a nice play by Sarah Tomic to wrap up Epperly and not allow her a free strike. And St. Thomas has their best rush of the overtime, and it's played away with 2:40 to go. Bakke's going to win this one on the second bounce. Headed outside to Ava Graber. Graber will turn and face Palazzo. Graber, right foot looking for Bakke. Headed away, it's to Sarah Max. Sarah Max turns, finds space, left foot by Max, and it's wide left. Sarah Max didn't miss that one by much. You'll see it here on the replay. Just outside the 18. Pasternak was beat just a little bit wide. Clock will stop here with 2:03. I believe they're stopping it because the goalie was taking too much time. Pasternak ran that all the way to the far spot. 2:03 to go. Pasternak to play the goal kick. Sent ahead. Sarah Max rushing forward to win it. Bakke can't get the foot there, but it's loose to Tori Sealand. 2 minutes to play. Sealand ahead. Gets it to Sarah Max. Max with a quick step and springs Isabel Oliver free. Oliver to the end line. Here comes Wickstrom. Isabel Oliver steps on it. Backtracking now, 20 yards off the end line, trying to turn, and what a play by Wickstrom, who has been tremendous today for St. Thomas. Gets it ahead for Epperly. Epperly against Bailey Wolf, and Bailey Wolf knocks it loose. Tomic to Nishiyama. Epperly continue to track. Nishiyama's ball was played off of Epperly, and that'll be a Thunder throw-in with 1:27 to go. Jensen Ellis grabs the ball, will take the throw-in. Ava Graber back to Wolf. Any goal allowed at this point is going to be an absolutely devastating heartbreaker, as we only have 70 seconds left before we make it to the shootout. Tomic, header away. Wolf will send it ahead, but is taken by the Tommies. Epperly to the middle for Treadle, who is knocked down by Tomic, and a foul is called. 1 minute to go in the second overtime. There will be no card issued, but it's a tremendous chance for St. Thomas, who, if they're smart, they should take as much time as they will be allowed. They do. They take it right away, and Ketchum takes it. What a wasted opportunity for St. Thomas. Ketchum trying to play it away. I don't know. Ketchum's off her line and banged up after that kick, and now she's hobbling back to the goal line. Lauren Ketchum just still bent over on the goal line. Wheaton needs to play this one away just to keep the action from her, and now Bakke will. But she'll find Graber streaking forward. 12, it's a race against time, but it's taken away by St. Thomas.
9.
And St. Thomas is going to chip this ahead, but now the concern shifts.
4.
Well, St. Thomas has time for a kick. The ball has to cross. Now, Wheaton's in trouble. They're going to a goal kick, and their all CCIW goalie is banged up after that play. We'll have to see how this plays out, but a riveting second overtime period ends with a pretty big question mark for what's to come for the Thunder. We'll have 5 minutes to sort this out before we go to the goal kicks. Tied at 2 here in the sectional semifinal.
Will be recorded as Wheaton 2, St. Thomas 2. The two teams will now head to a penalty kick shootout to determine the advancing team to tomorrow's sectional semifinal here at Wheaton College at 5 p.m.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am. Their lives are dedicated for us to succeed.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Welcome back to Joe Bean Stadium. I'm Rusty Lindsay. Thanks for tuning in. We've had a really good game here in the sectional semifinal. Wheaton and St. Thomas have played 2 overtimes. Our score remains tied at 2, and we are heading to a penalty shootout. Both of these two teams faced a penalty shootout in their respective conference tournaments. Wheaton lost a 4-2 shootout against Augustana in the tournament shootout. St. Thomas won a 6-5 shootout against Augsburg in the MIAC championship round. We're about a minute away from the start. The question mark for Wheaton remains who's going to be in goal. Lauren Ketchum was shaken up. She's been playing injured, but looked to be shaken up when she caught that ball on the free kick with about 45 seconds left and then played it away and really seemed to be limping to the finish line there. Madison Lee has been loosening up, and it's going to be interesting to see who goes in net for the Thunder. As we look at the final stats from regulation, Wheaton out shooting St. Thomas 24-13, 16-6 of that coming after the first half. Pasternak has made 6 saves. Ketchum has made 5. This has been an absolutely tremendous match. Wheaton scored first in the 17th minute by Isabel Oliver, assist to Jensen Ellis. Tessa Treadle answered 6.5 minutes later on an assist by Kaylee Roberts. Roberts then scored the go-ahead goal for St. Thomas in the 68th minute off an Alexa Oldenkamp assist. And then Carney Blake with a penalty kick with 3.5 minutes to go ties things up, and it's going to be Lauren Ketchum. Lauren Ketchum heading to goal. It's going to happen here on the west end of Joe Bean Stadium, so the goalies will not be staring into the sun. The shadows have crept forward just enough that it looks like the ball will sit in the shade, and maybe the eyes of the shooter will be looking into the sun. That's what it appears to be, with Kate Heimer stepping to the spot first for St. Thomas.
And goal for Wheaton, 0, Lauren Ketchum.
So
taking the first shot for St. Thomas.
So Ketchum, who was banged up at the end of the second overtime, will go against Kate Heimer. First to the spot for St. Thomas. Heimer went first and converted against Augsburg. And that is off the hands of Ketchum and in. Ketchum picked right, had the touch, and couldn't parry it loose.
First attempt, number 4, Sarah Tomich.
So Wheaton will pick Sarah Tomich to go first.
And goal for St. Thomas, 0, Sarah Pasternak.
Sarah Pasternak to face the lefty. Tomich, that's a confident finish. That is a confident finish for the All-American Sarah Tomich. Froze Pasternak.
Of kicks, it is tied 1-1.
And now the next one for St. Thomas is going to be number 15, Alex Balfour. Balfour has been a tremendous marker today for St. Thomas, stymieing Oliver and Baki. And now she steps to the spot second. She also stepped up second against Augsburg and converted. Left foot, looked like it might have been off the foot of Ketchum as she bounced the other way, but it is good. So 2 for 2 so far are the Tommies. And Wheaton will counter with Sarah Max.
Kicking for Wheaton, number 28, Sarah Max.
Max drew the penalty at the end of regulation that led to the equalizer, and she was very good when being moved forward in the formational change. She steps away, shooting second. And Max goes off the crossbar and away.
At the end of the second session of kicks, St. Thomas leads 2-1.
You could tell from her reaction as soon as she hit it that she got it too high. And now Kaylee Roberts can put St. Thomas squarely in the driver's seat. Thomas converted third against Augsburg for St. Thomas. Quick approach and an easy finish for Kaylee Roberts. 3 for 3 are the Tommies. And it'll be Sarah Baki for the Thunder.
Kicking for Wheaton, number 16, Sarah Baki.
The score you are seeing on the scoreboard is what this shootout has led to. So St. Thomas up 3-1 here as Wheaton closes the third frame of shots. And Baki on the ground froze Pasternak, and it's 3-2 after 3 rounds. Lauren Wickstrom, the
At the end of the
senior
third session, St. Thomas leads 3-2.
defender out of Shoreview, Minnesota.
Kicking for the Tommies, number 20, Lauren Wickstrom.
Wickstrom was successful against Augsburg as well. All 6 shooters for St. Thomas converted. Wickstrom and Ketchum. And Wickstrom with a heck of a finish there. And so now Wheaton has to convert. And they will send Tori Sealand to the stripe. A save or a miss, and this one is over.
Kicking for Wheaton, number 17, Tori Sealand.
And a hush falls over Joe Bean Stadium. And it's saved, and it's over. St. Thomas advances to the Elite Eight on a shootout. 4-2, the shootout final.
To tomorrow's sectional final with a 4-2 advantage.
And the Tommies, for the first time, have reached the Elite Eight. And for the Thunder, a dream season comes to an end. 18-1-3 for the Thunder.
St. Thomas advances to tomorrow's sectional final here at Joe Bean Stadium. That'll be at 5
A
o'clock.
devastating loss for the Thunder to a season with so much promise.
Briefly following the team handshakes.
So St. Thomas will advance to face the winner of Ohio Northern and Carnegie Mellon. That will come your way in probably about half an hour. I would imagine what was scheduled for a 3:30 start would be pushed back to around 4 o'clock. And congratulations to the Tommies of the University of St. Thomas, who move on to play tomorrow at 5 o'clock in the Elite Eight. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Abram Erickson and Don Crowder will have the call of the second game here from Joe Bean Stadium. I'm Rusty Lindsay. Our final score is a draw officially, 2-2, with St. Thomas advancing 4-2 on penalty kicks. This has been NCAA Soccer from WTSN. We'll be back with the second semifinal in just a few minutes.
On behalf of the NCAA, we would like to extend congratulations to these two teams for their outstanding performances. St. Thomas, who has advanced to tomorrow's sectional final, and to Wheaton College. Please direct your attention to the center of the field for our awards ceremony. Presenting the awards is Glenn Briddick, the NCAA site representative this weekend at the sectional. Concluding their season with a record of 18-1-3, we are proud to present awards to Wheaton College. If we could request that Wheaton please now line up to receive their awards. For Wheaton, 0, Lauren Ketchum. 1, Madison Lee. 3, Carney Blake. 4, Sarah Tomich. 5, Ava Graber. 6, Sarah Jankarella. 7, Sammy Nishiyama. 8, Taylor Rudin. Number 9, Sarah Hernandez. Number 10, Molly Thorne. Number 11 for the Thunder, Hannah Max. Number 14, Bailey Wolf. Number 15, Isabel Oliver. 16, Sarah Baki. 17, Tori Sealand. 18 for the Thunder, Sophia Lindquist. Number 20, Jensen Ellis. 22, Carly Fadum. 23, Carly Sealand. 24, Elizabeth Ashley. Number 28, Sarah Max. 29, McKenna Gully. Again, congratulations to Wheaton on a tremendous season.